If you want to be different, you've got to move different. I know that it sounds cringe, but just hear me out, bro. Basically, before I started my business, I remember wanting to be rich, wanting to drive my dream car, go to Miami, all of these beautiful things. But my actions, the actions which I was taking, they just didn't correlate to my goals. I wanted to be rich, but I was playing video games. I wanted to go to Miami, but I wasn't reaching out to people. Do you see? So here's the thing. You probably have big goals. You want to buy your dream car. You want to retire your mom. Maybe you want to hit 10K a month for it. Even more. You need to take action. That's the premise of this video. That's the main thing that I'm trying to tell you. You need to take action and you need to make a change. Because you have heard the saying many times before. But I feel like people need to be reminded more than they need to be taught. So let me remind you. If you do not change anything, nothing changes. If nothing changes, nothing changes. If you keep on eating in a calorie surplus, you'll keep on gaining fat. But if you suddenly change that to a caloric deficit, you will all of a sudden start losing weight. Just an example that everyone can understand. So now I'm making multiple 5 figures a month. I didn't get here by playing video games. I had to make sacrifices. I had to drop video games completely. I had to get rid of a lot of friends. And a lot of people will say that, oh no, you can't stick and have the same shitty friends as you had and still get rich. Maybe you can, but that's just gonna make it more difficult for you. Because let me ask you, would you rather, let's say you're making $0 a month and you want to hit 10K a month. Would you rather go from 0 to 10K a month, I don't know, in a year or 10 years? If you're willing to if you're not willing to change your friend group, then it's gonna take you a shit ton longer. And I know this from my personal experience because when I was still hanging out with shitty friends, I was getting shitty results. And then I got rid of those friends and started going alone. And then I found new friends whose goals aligned with mine. All of a sudden, my results skyrocketed. And you may ask, so how do I make that change? Well, let me ask you, does your future matter more to you? Or does the present moment matter more to you? If you do not give a fuck about your future and you would rather sit in a slum, be sad, be disappointed in yourself, then go ahead, do whatever you want now. But if you want a prosperous future where you, your friends, your family are all chilling, you have money, you can buy whatever you want, you don't even have to look at the bills, you're free, and the people around you are happy. If you want that to be the case, then you have to make sacrifices. And you need to make changes in the actions that you're taking. It is that simple. But it is not easy. See the difference? Simple and easy. It is simple to grasp the concept, but it is not easy to take that action. But there are sacrifices that need to be made. If you're not willing to show up for yourself, then how the fuck are you gonna show up for other people? You're not. So go out there, make a change, and remember that if you want to be different, you have to move different. If you take the same actions as the people around you, you will end up being like the people around you. And I know that it's difficult going against the grain. My friends were all playing video games. So was I. All of my friends were just wasting their life always scrolling on social media, scrolling on TikTok, on Instagram, on YouTube, sharing memes. So was I. And then all of a sudden it clicked inside of my head that if I want stuff to go differently, I need to act differently. I need to act accordingly. So I made a change. I got rid of my friends. I started taking different actions. I got rid of playing video games, listening to fucking music. That's a whole different side tangent. Music is a psyop, but I'm not gonna go into depth on that. Music is not good for you. So pretty much, to summarize everything, if you want to be different than other people, you have to take different actions. If you go to school, get a job, work till you retire, you'll live the average life. And I'm not trying to project and say that you shouldn't do that. If that's your goal in life, if that's what makes you happy, go ahead. It's your choice. But for me, I knew that I'm not cut out for an average life. I just couldn't settle for, being bossed around by someone, working like a fucking slave, getting $2,000 a month, and getting that compensation for the rest of my life. I just couldn't. So I locked in. It took me 6 months to get my first client. 10 months into my business, I was already making 10K a month. Some people have to work, like 20 years to make that. It took me 10 months. I'm not saying that everyone can replicate me, no. But I'm saying that if you take the quote unquote risk, if you make sacrifices along the way, you're gonna get there. It's gonna be well worth it. But it's the uncertainty that keeps people from taking action. So yeah, I hope all of this made sense. I hope I made you think. And I hope that whatever it is in your life, whatever you've been stalling on and you've been wanting to take action, you truly take action on it. Because let me remind you, the first thing that I said when I started recording this video, if you want to be different, you have to move different. Maybe it sounds cringe and corny, but it is true. Just think about it. If you want to be different, you have to move different. That's pretty much it. I hope this video helps you, because that's the goal. Help as many people as possible. Yeah. Have a wonderful day.